MJ's was more timeless and more to not to a specific. It was more general. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Prince had more of specific. You know what I'm saying? And it was more relevant in that generation it was made in. You feel me?
Yeah, and Michael's music to me could come out right now, like today, and it still be like if we never heard anything like that, and like he came out with it now, like it would still be like major hit songs.
Yeah. But let's go and get this thing rolling.
It's JG3.
It's AME.
And I'm Lukrative.
And I'm Ashton Martin.
And this is The Ingredient, where many things go into making many things.
Aight. So we got a little Ocean Fresh today.
Ocean
Fresh. Shout out to Ocean Fresh.
Yeah, we had to do seafood today, man.
I'm rocking with some crabs and some shrimp and some grilled veggies or boiled, whatever. They some veggies mixed, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But it's that.
I got
it's
a two-piece.
for real.
I got a two-piece fish with steamed vegetables and shrimp. You ever had calamari?
Oh man, huh?
You ever had calamari? Octopus?
Yeah, I have. Shan is more of a fan of the calamari than I am. It's okay with me. I like it. It's straight.
You ever had shark?
Nah, I ain't never had shark.
I never had that either. I was at this place and they was like selling shark and stuff.
My mom-in-law was talking about shark the other day. She was saying like, what's that? Her dad was talking about the shark. Was that Ma? I don't know. One of them was talking about shark and they tried it before. Apparently they said it's straight.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, man, how's everything been going with the music, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how's it been going in that area, bro?
Everything is everything. We're about to start a little bit, getting back on track as far as like the visuals and everything. But it's been good. I've been working on a new EP, and I'm liking the direction that it's going in, and really tapping to some things that if you wasn't a fan of me a couple years back, you probably never heard what you about to hear on some of these songs. And yeah, man, just some new stuff too, experimenting.
Same, man. I've been doing a lot of experiment myself. Just really like, I don't know, man. People not gonna know what to think because it's gonna sound nothing like what they've heard from me in the past, bro. Like, I don't even know. Like, like I hope that, like, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, oh man, but you know what I mean. It's exciting, bro. Like things like these, like the quarantine and stuff like that. It's good for creatives because it gives you a chance to do that, to experiment and you know what I mean. Grow and work on your craft and just keep on pushing. And you know what I mean? Like that's just what I've been doing.
We finna get Lukrative 2.0, y'all.
Yep. It's not even lucrative no more. It's Lukrative.
Lukrative. It might be the Luke. We might get the Luke.
Yep.
Yep.
Just
straight up Luke.
Yep.
Heck yeah, man.
Hey, if I was to sing, it would be Luke something. It'd be Luke something. I don't know what. But if I sang it, it'd be Luke something. I don't know what.
I think it could work both ways. I could see Lukrative being an R&B singer too, though. Lukrative.
Oh yeah.
You can hear it. Lukrative. But nah, man. I had recently shared a video that I dropped last year. It's like literally around this time because most people don't know that May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh yeah.
And around the same time, I dropped the visuals for my track Therapy off of my album Solid. And in that track, it was really speaking on what I was dealing with at that time. And I'm actually gonna give a backstory because people don't even know how this song came about. People like it was really one of the standout tracks from Solid. So it was if you don't know, I used to host at the Guild Galleries, a spot in East Point. You feel me? And then it was around the time when I kind of stopped working a 9 to 5, and I was coming home because it was like that used to tease me because I used to go and host and we have fun and everything, and then like it's kind of like you go back to reality after that. You know what I'm saying? And I had really hit a depression one night. I was up really late, you feel me? And I didn't have any ends coming in. I had just went full time with music. And I just started writing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes you have an intention to write, and then sometimes you just it's like the song write itself. That was like one of the ones where the song literally just written itself. I just started writing. I didn't know if it was going to have a hook. I didn't know what was going to come out. I just went with it. And that song came out. But I had no beat for it. It was just nothing but lyrics.
Oh, shit. So you wrote it without the beat?
Yeah, without the beat. Just straight up the mood. And so I had went to Tallahassee through the weekend. And we was in VHS chilling. Shout out to Homie Beast. And a producer named Frank Mello, he was coming through just previewing beats, you know what I'm saying, checking us out, see if anybody wanted to cop something. And he played the beat to Therapy. And I was like, oh, run that back. Because he played it a while back, but I had just caught it, and I was like, bring that back. He's like, this beat, no, the one before that. So he played the beat again, and I was like, yeah, I need that. I got to get that up off you. And that's pretty much our therapy.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Came to be, but.
That's always, like, some of the best, like, I mean, I don't know if I've ever made a song like that, maybe once, I don't know, but like sometimes those are like the best whenever you have the lyrics already and the producer makes the beat around the lyrics. Legit. Like it almost comes out better than if you write the lyrics to the beat after. But like it's funny you said that actually reminded me of this phenomenon I've been going through pretty much the whole time I've ever done music. I don't even know what it's called, but it's kind of like anytime like I was building up to like a really big show and then like I did the show, like afterwards, like I'd feel like depressed. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why. It's almost like
I feel you.
It's almost like I was building up, and like especially like if the show went really really good, it was like a really happy time. Yeah. It's almost like I would like kind of compare it to like how they describe like if someone like gets high and then when they crash down from the high. You know what I mean? It's because like when I would do the big show, it would feel like a high, and I would just crash and I'd be like really depressed for a couple of days. So like. That's kind of what therapy means to me whenever, like the song made me think of like, like that. And especially even more when you was telling me the story, like, you know what I mean?
Because to a lot of people, it is therapy, you know what I'm saying? It's very therapeutic, especially when you're not taught how to properly express yourself as a boy, as a black male, as a, you know what I'm saying, just growing up in a culture that we grow up in, we were not taught how to properly, you know what I'm saying, express how we feel. Yeah. And so music is that outlet, you know what I'm saying? So that's the therapy.
Man. That's some good stuff. I never got the chance to go to therapy. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
Right. There's this misconception that like therapy is just for like, oh, if you're crazy. But that's not true. Everybody needs therapy.
Yeah.
Everybody, and a lot of people don't realize that like even if they don't go to therapy, if they're like if they like dismiss therapy, that like everybody gets therapy in some sort of way, whether it be talking to your sister or talking to a friend or making music. You know what I mean? Everybody needs some sort of therapy because we all got this gunk. We all got this stuff that's like built up in our heads, and then like we got to let it out.
Facts. We all go through it, man. That's just what it is at the end of the day. No matter who you are, no matter. Period. No matter where you grew up at, we all go through it. You know what I'm saying? And we all need to make sure we keep our mental in check. Whatever way you do that. That reminded me, bro. Like, of course, like I've been seeing like a lot of the graduates of this year. You know what I mean? Kind of being sad about like not really having like a traditional last year of high school. Like, what do you think about like how the school system is going on? I mean, it's some pros and cons to it. I feel like, for example, one thing that the school system is doing, they're like having like hot spots. So they're placing some at the school. They're having buses that go out and sit in certain areas, and they're creating hot spots for Wi-Fi for people who don't have access to. Because a lot of stuff is being done online right now. Yep. So that's a pro. One of the cons is kind of like I've heard that they're taking the first 3 weeks. And basing that as like a pass or fail for some of the grades. Whoa. And you know what I'm saying? That can be like, because I feel like every student ain't the same. Some students may hit it hard in the beginning. Some students may pick up, towards the middle, towards the end. I was one of those students that picked up towards the middle to the end. My beginning was slow, but then I started picking up as we went through the year. So.
And I would like procrastinate. I'm like really smart, but I would procrastinate. So I do my work at like the last minute. But didn't do like really good on it, but I would wait too long.
Yeah.
Because I'd be out of here.
Hey, that's artwork, man. The artwork of procrastination. You feel me? You got to know how to do it. You can't wait too long. Yep. But it's like right there when it's about to be done. Yeah. It's like, oh, let me get it in. I got it. Yeah. But for real, it's I seen some creative things come from it. Like I've seen some virtual proms and virtual graduations and all that. And that's cool. I wouldn't virtual back in school, I wouldn't have cared about it. I wouldn't have cared. I'd have been like,
I didn't even go to prom.
Okay. I went to one of mine.
This girl asked me to go to prom with her, but I said no.
It's cold blooded. It's cold blooded.
Because like I decided, like I don't know, I just didn't want to go. Like I just didn't want to do it. Like I didn't want to dress up and go dance. Like I just did not want to. And this girl, and it was nothing personally against her, but she asked me like, Luke, would you go to prom with me? And I said no, because I'm not going.
I didn't go to my 11th grade prom because my mom wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? My mom had moved back to Texas, and I was kind of just, living how I was living. And I ain't really want to go to prom because I always thought that she'd be there to see my first prom, so I didn't go to my first one. But I went my 12th grade year.
I think when I told my mom I wasn't gonna go to prom, I was like, I'm not gonna go. She said, oh, you're gonna regret that. Like you're gonna wish you went. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I still to this day I do not regret. Now I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit.
If you like that, man. That's all. I was like, her brother Shan's brother tripped me out a lot about it because he was like not caring about the stuff. He just like, let me get my diploma. He's graduating this year. He's like, I don't care about none of this. Just hand me my diploma. That's all I cared about, man. And I'm good. You feel me? We ain't got to see each other no more. I kind of feel him though because after I graduated, I think I went to the school maybe a couple of times, and it was just for games. You feel me? But when I graduated, I said, I ain't coming back here, boy. I'm out of here. Like I'm next. You feel me? Like I'm gone.
That's all I cared about too. Just like my friends that I made. And like my music, because I was rapping at the time, so like I was in this little like not like a rap group, but like there's a group of people and the kids that rapped, and we all like
was known for
fellowship. Yeah. We all like fellowship. We like hang out, at each other's house. We drink beer and fucking rap. We weren't supposed to be drinking beer because we was underage at the time, but whatever.
Can't get you now.
Teen drinking is very bad.
Sound like that song. Teen drinking is very bad.
But that wasn't going on at my house though. It was going on at their house. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, like that's all I cared about, man, was music, friends, and graduating. And after that, that was it.
Too fast. That was it for me. It was ball, music, and just passing. You feel me? Like just doing enough to pass. That was it. So that was. Life was simple back then.
Ball is life, man.
Ball is life. Ball is life.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now we got to deal with bills and careers and all type of stuff. So all the jits out there listening right now that's so in a rush to grow up, don't rush it, bro. Just slow it down. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wish you was a kid one day when them bills hit you and you like, dang, I gotta pay all this on my own. I gotta do all this. You feel me? Like, yeah.
I don't know if a lot of like Lukrative fans know, but I'm actually in college. So like I'm a college kid. So like a lot of the stuff like has affected me. Like and like it's something I've had to adjust to. Like yesterday I had a class over like it wasn't Zoom, but it was like some other app that the school had, but like it was just weird. Like, but I mean, it's cool, it works, but the teachers seem to be a little bit more lenient.
Yeah,
At least in my case, I don't know about all cases, but you know what I mean. So actually, it just reminded me. One of my classes is a music class, and it's like understanding the sound of music or something like that. And the first essay, like whenever the teacher said what the first essay was about, I literally laughed out loud, like for like a whole minute, because it was like we have to write an essay about what role music has had in your life. And I was like, wow,
the easiest essay ever,
the longest essay I'm gonna write on purpose.
For real, for a fact, man. Wow, Lukrative in the music class. Nobody seen that coming at all. Nobody seen that one coming.
Nope. Yeah, I thought that was dope, man. I get to write an essay about the role of music in my life.
What you majoring in?
I mean, it's gonna be business. Ultimately, right now I'm still getting my associates, but
legit.
Yeah.
Legit. You got anything else going on out there?
Man, I was watching the Jordan doc, man.
Yeah.
And the last they dropped episodes, I think it was 5 and 6. And episode 5, I believe it was, they were talking about like how he got hooked up with Nike and how at the time Nike wasn't really like a big deal. Like Nike was like a nobody company.
Yeah, Nike wasn't popular.
And like I knew like the impact that Jordan had on shoe culture. Yeah. Like Jordan literally created shoe culture, bro.
Yeah. The hype beasts, the Jordan junkies, all of that. That's where it started with the shoes.
Because they showed a commercial of like Magic and Larry Bird and all them, and they was like with Converse, like the shoe was trash.
Yeah.
And like And like they showed like the Jordan 1, which my favorite Jordan is the Jordan 1. I don't know why. Like I love all color waves. It's
Same
dope.
here. Same here. That's my favorite Jordan.
And they was showing videos of people from like back in the 80s wearing the Jordan 1, and that shit still was hard. Like that shoe was still hard, bro, and that shoe was not changed at all. At all. Timeless shoe.
Still selling out. For the high,
like still.
Dude's you can't lie. Dude's a genius when it comes to making money, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's been making money off the same shoes my whole
30 years.
lifespan, like older than me. Long as I've been on this earth, he's been making money off shoe. We're not even talking about ball money. We're talking about shoe money. Like that's crazy, man. And people are still going crazy, spending crazy amounts, like ridiculous. Something I would never spend on his shoes. Like
so you're a basketball fan. I have a question for you.
What's that?
So like, you know, the debate is like, oh, who's the GOAT of basketball? But like, do you think that Jordan's impact on like culture and shoe culture kind of pushes him over the edge to be like the GOAT for sure?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's just like saying MJ is the king of pop. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's his you know, him being an icon is also what helps push it over. Of course, he was talented. He could dance. He had the songs, but it was how iconic he was. That's what really pushed it. It's for him being like, you know, people be like, oh yeah, that's the GOAT when it comes to pop and early R&B. That's definitely the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. You feel me?
I think it was Usher that said we're all just doing our best impersonation of Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Like,
yeah,
I think
for a fact.
I think it was Usher that said that. It was either Usher or Justin Timberlake. I don't know who, but they was like, we're all just doing our best Michael Jackson, and you know,
for a fact, putting out that's all they did was take what he did and put their own spin on it. You feel me?
Yep.
And even with the visuals, he was like the first person to really like have the music videos like that. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying, and take them to that level, that theatric level, and
oh yeah, that's right.
That pop. You feel me? Because pop wasn't even that back then. It wasn't even the biggest genre like, you know, it was at a certain point in time. But yeah, definitely. You know, you gotta. I think that's a part of being the GOAT, though. People not gonna claim you to be the GOAT if you don't have some type of iconic thing about you. It's something. It's something that has to be. Yeah, it's gotta. You gotta change the game in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have Kobe in that conversation. That's why you have LeBron in that conversation. Yeah, they're hella players, but it's also the impact that they had on the game. Like, when they came in the game, it literally changed after that. You know what I'm saying? Everything changed. So that's why they're acclaimed as the GOATs. Mm-hmm. That's I feel like that's what you gotta have to be a part of that. Mm-hmm. Nah, that's what's up though.
Kind of like how Curry changed the game, but
yeah, but not for real though, because after that point, you seen the
everybody
style.
Just shoots threes.
Yeah, the style of play changed. Like you seen it wasn't so much about the post. You know what I'm saying? It was more so everything was more spaced out, and it was more shooter based, more fast paced, more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it takes.
So did you hear Dark Lane demo tapes?
I did.
Okay.
I did. It was I like it. It was some songs that I really did not like on that mug. I ain't gonna hold you. And I was like, I can tell this was. I know why he didn't put this on something. Whatever he didn't put this on, and it was some songs he snapped. And I was like, oh, he went in.
It's
like,
a warm up.
Yeah.
Because he said he's got an album coming in the summer, like the real. I think it's warm up. There was a few songs I really liked. Yeah. I like that Chicago freestyle.
He snapped on that.
I like the Chicago freestyle.
To be real, the ones I liked was the ones I already heard for real.
I never heard
you ain't never heard Chicago? Mm-mm. Yeah, he dropped like some visuals or something to it.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Chicago freestyle. I like D4L a lot too.
Yeah, D4L.
Like the chemistry that him, Thug, and Future had was crazy. Drake and Future have impeccable chemistry.
That was a given. You know, when you seen them on it was kind of like a given. I already knew that was gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I'm looking forward to the Drake album, so we're gonna see how what's going on.
We're gonna see where it goes, man. That's a definite Drake move though, to drop like something like this and then
just like some Lucy's.
Yeah. He gonna do something else. He gonna drop like a single soon, and it's gonna be something with it. Like it's gonna be some type of, I don't know, because I just kind of peep how Drake and his team move, and they're very strategic business wise the way they move. You feel me? And I feel like he's about to drop a single, but it can't just be like any single. It can't just be like everybody else would just drop a single. It's gonna be something else to it. It has to have something attached to it. You feel me? But yep, that's Drake.
Yeah, man.
That's the team.
So have you been? You've been doing like a little bit of sampling of the alcohols lately. I heard.
Yeah, man. I actually I tried to say lately. I'm a cognac drinker, or where I'm from, I'm a yak drinker. You feel me? I like the brown, and Douce is pretty smooth. It's a good cognac. You know, I rock with it.
I still ain't never had Douce before.
It's pretty good. It'll push you on your behind though. You got to be careful, but it's good. You feel me? I rock with it.
My bad. Yeah. I never had. I think who was it that had like this dope bar about Douce? Was it Cam or Fab? One of them. I don't know.
I don't know. I remember a cold bar. It was when Hova something we on the Henny, but when Hova around we switch up to that Douce. Got us some respect because we trying to stay with used to. Yeah, something like that. I remember that. He said something like that.
Bro, the other days, I'm glad you mentioned Cole because the other night, bro, I was up at like 4 a.m. After I got done with this song, and I was listening to Cole, and I was just like old Cole songs too, like songs from like way back in the day.
Dipping back in the bag.
Like, what does like that older music mean to you from him? Like his older songs, like, and what song really impacted you from him?
Man, it ain't even like a specific song. With me, it was like his projects because they came at a certain point in my life where it was like impactful. Not even on just music, it was just like in life, what I was dealing with. It was like right on time. It was crazy how on time a lot of those projects was. And that's really what it was. Like, man, I remember it's like his projects, I can tell you where I was when I first heard them. You know what I'm saying? Or what point in my life I was at. Because that's, you know, it's memorable moments to me. You know what I'm saying? They were just classics. So it's like I remember exactly when I first heard. I remember when I first heard him in general, and then, you know, tapped into him. I caught him actually, as big as his fan as I am of Cole, I actually caught on to Cole kind of later.
For real?
Yeah, I actually caught on him late. I didn't catch the reason I heard Cole was he was on a radio station. He did a freestyle, and I was like, yo, who is this? Like, and I started going back on all his stuff. It was like right before he put his album out.
Okay.
And so I went back and listened to all the tapes he had out, and I was like, oh, I've been asleep. This dude is fire. Then he dropped the album. By the time he dropped the album, it was like I was a fan. Once he dropped his first album, and I was like, yeah, I'm a fan now, for real.
I don't know how I got wind of Cole. I got wind of Cole like way before, like way early. I don't remember what song it was or what it was. Yeah. I don't know if it was like Who Dat or Simba or one of them, or maybe it was even before that. I don't know. But somehow I got wind of Cole. Like when I was like real young, like I don't even remember, but like I was just a fan from the jump. I love Cole. I went to a Cole concert like when I was in high school, and people was like, I don't know. Cole has haters, bro. It's weird. He has he has a lot of fans, but at the same time he has haters. And like I went to the concert, and then the next day I went to school, and people was like, "You went to J. Cole concert? Why would you go to J. Cole concert? Cole was boring." I'm like, "What? Get the fuck out of here! That concert was lit." But like, I don't know, man. Like Cole, like I was listening to, I think it was Power Trip, and I just remember like it just took me back to the first time I heard Power Trip, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. It's like nostalgia.
I feel like now he's more mainstream accepted.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, he definitely wasn't like he definitely had a lot of haters. You feel me?
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know.
That's just what it is. I think it was just because he came in how he came in. He came in as himself. It was no gimmicks. It was just straight up just, you know what I'm saying? You got to relate to what he's saying to really catch on with him. You feel me?
I'm trying to think of who else was like on at that time.
At that time?
Yeah.
That was like 2010, probably 2010, 2009.
20.
That was like the Walker was big at that time.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was when Wale kind of got started with his run as well.
Yo, that class right there, bro, was a dope class.
Was a hell of a class.
You got Wale, Kendrick, Cole,
Nipsey's in that branch. That's a hell of.
I think Nipsey was a freshman the same year Cole was on Double XL.
It was Nipsey, Cole. I want to say Sean. I want to say Sean and Wale.
I don't know if they were in the same year, but they was the same 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 years.
Even Mac is of that era too.
Mac is in that era.
And Mac is somebody that had to grow on me. Like I didn't like Mac at first, but after he dropped his Good AM album, bro, I was a fan of Mac.
I think I caught on to Mac early because I was an early Wiz fan, and they used to be on the same label. So I caught on to Mac a little bit early, and I was like, oh shoot, he can spit, like he can go. And so I kind of caught on to a lot of his early stuff. But I wouldn't say I was like a diehard fan of him up until a certain point. You feel me? Actually, what's funny, let me tell you what's super funny. The first time I ever heard Kendrick was on the Mac project.
For real?
Kendrick was featured on one of his songs. That's the first time I ever heard. That's how I got on Kendrick Lamar, because he snapped on that verse so hard. I was like, who is this? So I went and researched all his stuff. Yeah, so that's crazy.
If you listen to Mac's last couple of projects, though, it's almost like a prophecy in a way, because like,
yeah.
because he has got this line in the Weeknd song. He's like, I get so high. He said something about getting high and dying or something like that. And I don't know. It's just like after he passed away, I just went back and listened, and it was just very eerie. Like some of, like how they say, like art like imitates life, and life imitates art. It was
facts.
Like, he spoke death sometimes, and that was unfortunate. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like the song 2009 is like a real sad song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2009 no more. Like to me, that's like a goodbye song from Mac. I think it was the last song on his last album, but. Anyway, bro, let's get on into these underground ingredients, man. Who you got for your underground ingredient?
Man, I go on with my dog, Douglas Ray Productions. Look, man, this been my guy since I moved to the A. He shot Allergies for me. He shot Plenty Blessings, Still Solid, and we also did an interview together. And if you haven't, definitely go back and check out those videos, because every single one of those videos are fire. But I mean, dude, just the way we connected. And he was such a genuine and the passion for what he did. You know what I'm saying? That it made me respect him. And that's why I always, try to connect all my stuff. We got some more stuff coming soon, y'all. Y'all be tuned for that. He also directed. He did all the editing for it. And, they got their own company now. He also did all the editing for my vlogs for the Solid Tour. So, y'all definitely check into my guy, Douglas Ray Productions. Shout out to Doug, man. You already know how we rock. Yo, we got some dope work coming.
For mine, it's gonna be my guy Craig Smith. Actually, I see him as a friend of mine. He very dope, man. He's done so much. Like he actually worked with tech a lot, like early in his career, but he's actually like really big in the placements. Game, man. He's gotten songs on like Netflix shows, Jamie Foxx movies. His latest on the Spider-Man film that came out a couple years ago, Homecoming. He had a song on that. His recent placement that he had on that new show on Netflix, I think it's called Black as Fuck. He got a song on there too, I think.
That's legit, man.
He's got like MTV shows. It's crazy, man. So shout out to Craig Smith, man. Very talented dude. One of the most talented people I know, for real. He makes beats. Like, dude could wake up out of his sleep at 4 a.m. and literally make a beat and a song like that, and it's like amazing. But anyway, shout out to him. Anyway, y'all, that's it for us today.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
I'm Lukrative.
Check the link below. We're gonna have all the information of the ingredients. Comment how you guys feel about this episode. Any thoughts? And yeah, that's it, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
I'm
gotta
Lukrative.
stay safe. I'm Ashton Martin.
And this is the ingredient where many things go into making many things.
You already know. Rest up the nip. Rest up the mat.
Yes, sir.
Sleep tight. Forever live on.